Stacey's here with us. We're just thinking maybe Knits and Knitting could be another show you do down the line as well.
I don't think there's any left, though, Ben. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen them in years.
Let's talk about Renovation Rescue, because it's a really lovely show. Particularly the nature of what you do, Stacey, for these couples that have basically started trying to turn their homes around, and for one reason or another, it's not gone to plan.
Do you know what? I feel really lucky to even be able to do shows like this, because I genuinely mean it when I say it's such a nice feeling being able to go in and see what we can do to help. I think first and foremost, even though a lot of these people have been let down so badly and they've spent a lot of money, which is just horrendous and heartbreaking, the worst side of it for me, from my experience of meeting all these different people, is that it actually really knocks their confidence and they blame themselves. Like, they feel like they were silly to not have recognised that they weren't paying enough or they weren't asking the right questions, but actually I think I know a little bit about DIY, the very bare basics, and I've still found myself in situations where I've gone with certain people and it hasn't been what I wanted. So it can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But there's also, I don't want to, you know, there's incredible tradesmen out there and really brilliant people that are doing the right things as well. So I wouldn't want it to all seem very negative. But the thing about Renovation Rescue is trying to empower people, give them their confidence back, not only to find the right tradesman, but also to learn some of the DIY skills that they can learn so that they feel empowered to be able to, you know, if they were ever in that situation again, to be able to actually recognise it quicker, not spend as much money, do some things themselves and take that power back. That was the most important thing for us.
Well, I think also after COVID, everybody's working on such tight budgets now, and people have said it's like their life savings. When you help Eric and Caroline in the first one, it's this real moment where they just don't know what to do.
It's everything they've got, and you do put everything you've got. What are you working for otherwise? You put it all into your life, into your home, into building this sort of, you know, the environment that makes you happy. That's what you're going out to work for. That's what you want to create. So when someone takes that life savings and all that effort and all that work and doesn't produce what you should have got, you're left in a situation where you feel vulnerable, you feel, you know, down. I remember walking in there and them saying to me, I just don't see it ever finishing, and I don't think we'll ever get...
That lack of hope suddenly gone, isn't it?
And even the confidence to try and find somebody else to rectify what had happened is gone. They don't know who to trust in their house anymore. They don't feel safe. They feel sort of like a fear around it. And the house ends up becoming something, instead of being their dream home and this thing that they love and this environment they feel safe in, they feel scared in their own homes, which is just horrendous.
Then in she comes with a power tool.
Ready to go.
Like, fixes up a sink.
I can't take all the credit.
Sorts it out. Because, I mean, you get fully involved. You plumb a sink in that episode.
With help from an incredible builder, Aggie, a team of people. You know, there's so much I can do, and I'll sit there and I'll paint with them all and we'll wallpaper and I'll knock a wall down and we will get stuck in. But there's also things that are beyond my limits, absolutely, and there's also things that I feel most people 100% need a tradesman for. You know, there is only so far you can go sometimes with these things before you need sign-off certificates. So I do as much as I can, and then that's why we really wanted Aggie, who is a professional builder, who has got all the expertise to go that next level further and teach you the DIY that even I would be scared of, which was fun to learn. Like plumbing in that sink, I was nervous to do.
It was great.
I've never done anything like that.
You got properly stuck in.
Yeah, and I never thought it was accessible to me. I think a lot of the time we think that it's impossible unless you've, you know, studied it and you know everything about it. But actually, Aggie showed us that there are some basics, very basics in plumbing that you can do, that you wouldn't need to get the sort of £150 call-out for. And that is what the show's about, basically, is giving people that knowledge and hopefully empowering people to feel like if I can't afford it or if, you know, I want to do this myself because I'm scared of letting people in, I absolutely can.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Where does your sort of experience come from, though, Stace? Was it with your family, was it your man, or was it your mum who used to go, right, come on, we're going to put these shelves up?
I always say my family is my biggest privilege. I was really lucky as a kid. My mum and dad were both, like, really big believers in being independent, and because of how we grew up and where we grew up, my dad would always say to us, you never know if you're going to have the money to be able to hire somebody to do these things. You need to learn it, you need to know how to do it. You don't want to be stuck somewhere without, you know, with a leaky pipe or whatever it is. So he did teach us the bare basics of nearly everything. We were very, very lucky in that sense in our childhood. Thanks, Dad. I mean, he gets on my nerves, Dave, but he's the best dad.
So the power tools at your house, they're yours or they're Joe's? Does Joe get involved?
Let me put it this way, right? We was filming and I was doing some bits at the house as well because they wanted to show some of the things that I really wanted to do at home, DIY-wise. So we started knocking down building a wall in the gym.
Yes.
Well, it's a garage that I was turning into a gym.
To separate from his fishing stuff.
Yes. Exactly, because it stinks and it's disgusting. I was like, I need to put a wall up here and put his fishing stuff on that side. And they said, why don't we get Joe involved? That would be really nice to have you both doing it together. I said, at your peril. And he came in with a giant mallet and the health and safety woman was like, whoa, where's the goggles? Where's your steel toes? What's going on? And everyone had a right flat because he was just gung-ho.
Stuff.
I love it.
He don't check anything.
And is it true that Reese Witherspoon got you involved with doing this show?
I think that is worded.
Go on.
Sounds like she called me up and said, Stace.
Well, why not? That was what I was anticipating.
In my dreams, that did happen. No, it's her production company, Hello Sunshine. So she's just this, obviously, Reese is an incredible woman and she champions women in TV.
Yeah, she's smart.
And so smart, so bright. And she wanted to have a UK show, do her first UK show. And so I was the person that she asked to do, which is a real compliment. But I don't even know if she even knows who I am. I'm trying to get on the FaceTime with her.
I don't doubt that Reese Witherspoon will be all over that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Exactly
well,
she is. That's amazing.
I felt really grateful and I felt really special and I had a little moment where I kept imagining myself in, like, that Legally Blonde situation. I was like, wow, this is it. I'm going to Hollywood.
I love it. I love it. Remember us.
And the thing is, you can do your innovations and you can sing for them at the same time, Stacey. Are you still doing any singing?
Only for my grandma at the care home when she, at her request. Yeah, she loves to sing songs. Do you know what, Ben? I love singing, but I love singing with no pressure, with no sort of, like, worry or fear that if someone's going to like it or not. I just love doing it for me. So I sing for my family and whenever they wheel me out, I'm like one of them ones. You know when your dad goes, my daughter can sing, she'll sing. They wheel me out on special occasions and I do it, yeah.
But you must feel as though you've come so far from that, though. When I see, like, watch your Instagram and I see what you're doing and what you're accomplishing,
I feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's weird, because I do feel like the other day I was thinking about X Factor and what an incredible experience that was and how I never even imagined going any further than that. Like, I remember saying to my mum, Mum, if this is it, great.
I've had a great time.
Yeah, isn't it good? Like, it was so incredible. I just never imagined myself even to have that experience. So to think that was 15 years ago blows my mind.
Amazing. It
blows my mind. I never thought I'd still have a job or be working in anything like this. So I feel really lucky, really grateful. And I know people say it's not luck, but it is. It is. Look, I work really hard and I'll give my everything to any opportunity that's given to me, but I'm lucky to even get those opportunities in the first place. So I just, every day I just feel really...
You can make your own luck as well,
yeah,
though,
you do a fantastic job. There's a reason why.
We are still very busy because we love it. Renovation Rescue, Friday,
Channel
9
4.
o'clock. Channel 4, you're going to love it.
9
Is it Wednesday? Sorry, not Friday.
Wednesday.
Come on,
Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday, think.
It's Wednesday.
I think
it's Wednesday.
so.
Yes, it is. It says it right.
Yeah, Wednesday, 9 o'clock.
Right.
Wednesday, then you can watch it on catch-up on Friday if you like.
Watch it whenever you want, but watch it. Thank
Lovely
you.
season.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Now, from the West End stage to the airwaves, our next guest's career spanned nearly 4 decades.
Yeah, as one of Britain's most popular entertainers, Michael Ball's latest endeavour sees him stepping into the spotlight as the new host of BBC's Radio 2's Sunday's Love Songs. And he's here now to tell us all about it. Hello, my lovely.
Hello, love.
Have you got Buddy?
Wow. Buddy.
Hello, man.
Could this be a more perfect day? Jersey Royals
And you get to cuddle a Labrador.
Are you enjoying yourself?
I'm having a very nice time, thank you for asking.
Oh, well, listen, congratulations on the new
Yeah,
show,
we're so
Mike.
proud of
It's
you.
wonderful.
Congratulations.
How did it come about?
Well, obviously, the sad news that we all received completely out of the blue about poor old Steve. And they got in touch with me and the powers that be, and they said, how do you fancy taking up the mantle?
Yeah.
And I thought long and hard about it because it's big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And I love my show that I do straight after
Yeah.
Steve, and I've really sort of developed that and loved it. But
It's a lovely show, your show.
Thank you.
Really
And you're not filling the shoes, you're just putting your shoes next to his.
Yeah. It is such a popular show that he does. I think it's got the biggest reach of any of the shows that are on there. And it's appointment to listen, radio, those love songs on a Sunday morning. And so I couldn't say no.
It's just like, it is a kind of soundtrack to people's Sunday morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know, you're getting, having your breakfast, having a lazy Sunday. It's kind of his and your show.
And the key, of course, is that interaction, like we were doing earlier, with the listener, which is what I love, hearing those stories and then playing the songs that they want to hear. So I'm not going to frighten the horses and change it completely. It's all going to be a lot of death metal and grime, obviously.
R&B, 90s,
yeah.
I love that.
But, so, yeah, I want to continue that in the spirit that I can never compare to Steve. He was the greatest. But to just do my best and honour him and give people something nice to listen to on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Have you got any ideas on what is going to be your very first song?
I'm in agony about it.
I mean, it's massive, isn't it? It's the first song that you ever do.
What do you love? What?
I just love music, good music. And I've listened to a lot of openings, and the first line of Let There Be Love, Nat King Cole, let there be you, let there be me, let there be love, was an idea. But maybe it should be the listener's choice. So, you know, it's about listening to them and their stories. So if someone writes in with a great opener and a great idea, I'm open to all. What would yours be?
Oh, that's a good question.
My mum loved Barbra Streisand, and I still does.
Me too.
It would probably have to be something from Babs.
OK, Woman in Love, Evergreen.
Yeah.
The Way We Were.
Maybe The Way We Were. It's probably my favourite.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to radio. You've been doing it for such a long time now. Do you remember starting out?
The first show that they got me doing, I was a stand-in for David Jacobs when he had an afternoon show.
Wasn't he?
A lovely
How long did you do that for?
I just did it for a week. It was kind of like a trial.
Yeah.
And I was rubbish. I mean, properly, didn't get it at all. But it was Terry Wogan, in fact, that suggested, you know, there's something that I think, give him time and help, he could probably be really quite useful.
Everyone's got to learn somewhere,
you know, as well, you touched on something there, and it's the loveliest thing about working at Radio 2 is all that old guard, nothing but supportive.
Yeah.
That's what, when Steve passed, it genuinely felt like a family member. And Steve would never turn up to social dues. He was a really private guy, but he was nothing other than supportive for everyone.
Lovely.
And he would always, when I was in the studio, he'd come in and go, got a song for you, Mike.
Yeah.
And he'd play, got an idea for a new TV show for you. He was always thinking like that.
Yeah, his mind was dancing, wasn't it?
And I loved all I mean, because of David Jacobs, I had the most embarrassing moment I've ever had on a radio show. I just started doing the morning show. And, you know, you've got to get to the news bang on time. There's no way you could. So I played the last record. We had 1.5 minutes of dead air. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do? And they said, throw forward to what's coming up. Talk about David, Jake. And I went, yeah, absolutely. So I said, well, coming up after me is the lovely Elaine Page, followed by Johnny Walker. But for me, the highlight of a Sunday is 11 o'clock in the evening. I love listening to the wonderful David Jacobs. There's nothing better than lying back in a hot bath and letting David relax me off. And that's my reaction. As I said, I went, what have I just relaxed me off?
Brilliant.
The whole of the studio disappeared, so I couldn't see them. We had 1 minute to fill. It was just me hysterical. Through to the news. The newsreader couldn't read because they were laughing so much. That's why I love live radio.
We've got so little time. But just a quick one. I mean, tell us a little about Les Mis and getting out on the road.
Yeah. Got another call from... We did the Les Mis concert version in the West End.
So good.
And it was phenomenal. Me and Alfie back together playing these roles. Me playing Javert as opposed to the 22-year-old Marius, which I don't quite understand. So he's doing, coming up to the 40th anniversary, which I can't believe of Les Mis, an arena tour around the world, and asked if with Alfie, would do a bit of the English leg, the British leg, I should say. We started in Northern Ireland. And I'm there like a shot. Cool. I mean, it's part of my DNA.
Have you done all 3 characters in your time?
I've done, yes. I only did Valjean once. I did it at...
Is that right?
Yeah, at Windsor Castle for a special production for Her Majesty. And
you're incredible.
Well, listen, Michael is taking over Sunday
lucky.
Love Songs on BBC Radio 2 in June.
And I'm taking Buddy home with me.
With him as well.
Oh, God, you're...
It's not an HR issue.
We are going legal on that logo. That logo is plagiarism.
Hello, baby. Look at that logo again. Where is it?
No.
Takeaway.
No.
So this is the show that's happening after
I'll be honest with
the
you.
last episode.
What?
God, how quickly you move on. Hey, buddy.
Welcome back, everybody.
This incredible stage, all because after 20 years of lighting up the screens with laughs, legendary guests and wonderful ludicrous pranks, Saturday Night Takeaway is coming to an end for now.
Yes, as the team prepares for their final epic 2-hour episode tomorrow night, we thought we'd crash rehearsals and see how these guys are getting on. We brought Buddy for you as well.
Thank you so much.
Hope you don't mind.
We haven't seen Buddy since week 1 when he came back.
Look at him.
Bigger.
Honestly, chaps, thank you. Because honestly, I'm just Celebrity Get Me Out of It was genuinely our favourite morning. And
my God. You two.
We loved it.
So great.
We absolutely loved it.
I still wouldn't wear that Sunderland merch, though, would I?
You wouldn't.
Even though you did plonk the scarf around my neck.
I thought he was going to do it.
Which is now a
I thought you
meme.
were going to do it.
Yeah, it is, which is not good.
So where do you even start to prepare for the last show? Like,
It's quite a big one. Oh, buddy. Buddy. It's
You've really got that dog under control. Well done. You've really trained him well.
well trained fellow.
it's a big one to start with. We all sat down at the beginning of the series or before this season even started, and we kind of go, so, okay, we know what we're going to do during the series, but how do we end this thing? How do we do it? And I think we kind of came to the conclusion that the best way is to have a look back over the 20 years of being on air, or the 22 years of being on air for the 20 series.
Yeah.
And just kind of celebrate it and celebrating the journey we've been on with our audience and the things that we've done and the fun that we've had. So it's kind of a look back, but also going out with a big party.
Do you know what? 3 stages. I can't believe how much... Well, first of all, how much dough you put into this. Is this your own dough?
Well, it's a 2-hour extravaganza, so it's normally 90 minutes, but we've extended it to 2 hours. We've got this stage here, right at the front of the TV centre. We've got a stage back there, and we've obviously got the studio on side, so it's the biggest audience we've ever had.
Like a music festival.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit.
Stage, and then the other stage, we've got the Mulhern stage.
The Mulhern stage is very small at the back, obviously.
I'd imagine it's like when you go and see a band and they do their greatest hits, there's always a few songs they're going to leave out, and you're going to go, why didn't they do that one? Has it been hard to kind of condense down the moments that you want to show and talk about in 2 hours?
Yeah, and you want to make sure that you get enough new stuff in and fun stuff in, so, it's not just a look back for 2 hours. And it's not, we've got the final man versus deck. I don't know if you can see, but we've got the goals. We've got stuff there that we're going to be doing.
What's the score at the moment?
That's the biggest score I've ever seen.
What are
you supposed to do in there?
The score at the moment is 2-2 in the series.
Yeah.
So it's tied.
All to play for.
So it's all going down to the wire tomorrow night. And the Untold deck is the ultimate champion, because we don't know when the show will be back, and we don't know if we'll ever do Ant versus Deck again. So
whoever wins
will
the best.
Rights for life.
For life,
Dermot, yeah. And we've also got the Get Out of Me Ear restaurant revenge VT.
So is this with Holly?
Well, first of all, thank you for last week, you two, troublemakers. But if I thought that was bad...
After we were done with you guys in the office...
you two, and Deck was done with Amanda and Simon, we then went out for dinner, and it was 10 times worse. Because you're out in public, and nobody in the restaurant knew, none of the other people having dinner knew, and none of the waiting staff
None of the staff knew.
Nobody knew
Nobody knew?
No one!
So they thought you were loons?
Yes.
Or more than
Rylan and Holly.
Well, this is we had 2 people for every course.
Yeah.
So for the starters, we had Gino and Davina to start with. Then we had Oti and Ollie Mers for main course, and then dessert was Rylan, Holly, and Cheryl.
Well, should we see your dessert? Let's see dessert.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You see that waiter, just go and say to them, where can I find the toilets?
Where can I find the toilets?
Because I need a poo-poo.
Because I need a poo-poo.
Just look at this end of the wall.
That one?
Yeah.
Lots of straining noises. I need to go now.
Oh, I need to go now.
Yeah.
Is it there?
Oh, God, I need to go now.
I really need a poo.
I really need a poo. Shuffle. I need a poo. Oh,
Anthony.
Shut up, Rylan.
Stand up.
Stand up.
At the top of your voice. I miss my best friend.
I miss my best friend! Cringe.
Nobody found it funny.
No.
Oh, there was loads of stuff we done and nobody found it funny.
We just come across as really annoying celebrities in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you see loads of people just rolling their eyes, kind of going, oh, these two.
Well, like shouting for our food to come earlier.
Take a picture of him.
Yeah. Let's send this to the papers.
What you don't see is loads of people came over for like selfies and stuff in the middle of it. So it went on forever, and we had to be lovely. And then when they spoke to us in our ear, we then had to be like horrible and rude. And it's just, it did not sit well with us. It was the worst thing to do.
But I mean, the whole show is going to be peppered with lots of celebrities. Are we coming? I think we're coming.
Yeah, you're coming.
I think we're singing.
There's no show without you two.
Well, I
hope you're singing.
I'm made it up. I'm going
to just mime like I do.
Tell you who is singing though. You've got Girls Aloud, haven't you?
We've got Girls Aloud.
Girls Aloud.
That's
Girls
huge.
Aloud. Oh, yeah, they're being our star guest announcers and also getting involved in the show a bit. We've got S Clubber here, Kaiser Chiefs. Tony Hadley's coming for a super sing-along live. It's going to just be a big, big party. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Do you think there's going to be any tears? And is there a party afterwards?
There's a party afterwards. Yes, Alison, you're invited. And I'm sure there will be tears, yeah. It's been quite hard this week, knowing it's the final week, rehearsals and stuff, and script meetings and everything. And we've kind of kept a lid on it until now.
Until we're in here.
Until we got here and we kind of saw the stage, we're like, it seems quite final.
Have you had any second thoughts this week? You thought, why are we resting this?
Yeah, loads.
Such a special,
loads,
show we do.
Yeah.
When we first came to the decision to rest it, and we did it because 20 series feels like a good time to do it. And we told our management first. We sat down with them and said we want to rest it. We want to do it.
Oh, that's great news.
And we said, but we reserve the right between now and the end to change our minds several times.
Yeah.
And we have. But I think we know in our heart of hearts it's the right thing to do, both for the show and for us personally. So it's the right thing at the right time. But yeah, I mean, we have wavered quite a lot.
Because we love it. We're going to go out on a high.
You're going to go out on a bang. Yeah, exactly. It's up here, isn't it? It's not like it's a dry show. No. And you know what, we're ending it because it's dry. Yeah. It's actually brilliant.
There's not many shows where you get a chance to kind of say goodbye because, a lot of shows are just taken off air, if they don't work. So we're very lucky that the public have loved it for so long and loved it as much as we love it. And, we're trying to make the show all about them and celebrate it.
Do you have a highlight, do you think? I know you'd probably give me a different answer if I asked you in 5
minutes. Do you know the genuine highlight for me is I remember sitting in the audience seating when we first were rehearsing the show on the first day of Saturday Night Takeaway.
On the first series.
On the first series. The set was going in 2002 and I turned to Dec and we were sat in the audience seating looking at the set.
Watching all the guys
This is exciting. Look, that's our set. That's got our name there. I said, imagine if this ran for like 5 years.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, because that's just seemed crazy. And here we are, 20 series, 22 years later. Amazing. So that's the genuine highlight.
To be here celebrating Series 20 is kind of beyond our wildest dreams, beyond anything we ever thought we would achieve with the show.
I think, actually, when you do those sort of big entertainment shows, the moment you sit in the audience bleachers and you look back at the set, and you rarely get a chance to do it, and there's a stillness to it, and everyone's going about the boys are rigging up and stuff. It's such a special moment it's sort of, it's just that moment. We rarely get a chance to stop and think about it. I don't understand that's so self-indulgent, but it is a really special moment.
You just realise how lucky you are.
Yeah.
And we didn't know on that day, on day one, looking at the set going in, we had no idea what the future held for the show for us. So to be here 20 years later, 22 years later, 20 series later, it is really special.
Can I just say, I want to say thank you on behalf of all the nation because we absolutely adore you. We love your friendship. We laugh with you, we cry with you, and we just want to say thank you so much. It's happening tomorrow, Anton Deck's Saturday Night Takeaway, Saturday, 7 p.m, ITV1, ITVS. Do not miss it.
Don't get too sad, though, because Britain's Got Talent starts next Saturday. We're on that.
We ain't watching that dry show. They're keeping the dry show.
That's next week is Ali and Dermot. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tomorrow. Coming up.
We got there in the end. And ahead of tonight's penultimate episode, joined by this year's Apprentice Final 5, Trey, Flo, Phil, Paul and Rachel.
Oh, welcome to all of you. Now, of course, we couldn't talk to them without Lord Sugar's right-hand man, Tim Campbell. So good to see you as well, Tim.
Tim.
Likewise.
You've gone all official now, that these guys are...
I've got to get into the mode.
He's putting the scary face on.
In the final stages now.
You've changed, you've all weird.
They bring it out in me.
Lows when you were that.
We know he's nice. We know he's nice. He's gone into the boardroom.
It's good fun, it's good fun. Trey, let's start with you.
Yep.
I mean, you say you're the oldest of the bunch. You don't look at the oldest of the bunch. How did it feel, babes, when you got your tune in the boardroom? What was that like?
Oh, that was hilarious, because I wasn't expecting that. And then when I just heard the dun, 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 it was a mixture of, like, no, because there's too many vocals to go on an ad.
So good.
But I was like, yeah, a little bit of royalties. I was like, Birdie, you're on my team now. I didn't know what team he was on when he played that, actually.
Isn't it good?
So
good.
hang on a second. Has Lord Sugar heard that song?
He only knew it, I think, isn't he?
He said he hadn't heard it, didn't he?
He'd never heard it before.
Yeah, is that what
he's joking.
What's going
I reckon
on?
he's thrown a few shapes at that.
What were your thoughts? Did you think you were too old to apply? Like, when you were putting in, you were like, will they take me on? Like, do you have any hesitation?
No, I didn't think that age was a thing. I think my hesitation probably was more, I'm from, like, obviously UK Garage, where, like, producers in the background.
Yeah.
So people would think that, yeah, we'd want to be on TV. But that was a hesitation, thinking, oh, I'm going to be on the box, it's a big show, blah, blah, blah. But after that, I was just like, no, I love this programme. I'm a massive fan of The Apprentice.
Yeah, he's so good, isn't he?
Huge fan of Lord Sugar. Like, he's, like, literally one of my idols.
Really?
Yeah, literally
What's
one of my
been
idols.
your favourite task to do?
Oh, so many of them. But I would probably say Formula E.
Oh, Formula
I love
E.
cars.
Yeah.
It was creative. It had every ingredient in there. You know, I had to do the public speaking thing, which I absolutely
You
love.
were all
Like, give
over
me
it,
a
weren't you,
mic.
mate?
Trey, you're too shy, I think.
Give me a
You're too
mic.
shy for that.
Yeah, I had to overcome a few nerves.
I want to hear from everyone. Flo, what's been your favourite task?
Oh, I think, you know, for me, it was the cheesecake task, because I was so far out of my comfort zone when Trey was trying to teach me how to rap. Yeah, couldn't be further from it. But, you know, if anybody's going to teach me how to do it, at least it was Trey.
Absolutely.
Trey, what do you call her? What's her nickname?
She's like MC Flo, isn't it? or Cardi Flo. Cardi Flo.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. But never rapping again.
Never? You wouldn't even, like, bring it back just for this show now?
No.
To drop you a beat? No.
Okay.
No.
Tim, how important is that to get the guys out of their comfort zones when it comes to these tasks?
I think all the way through it, because you'll see there's such a variety of tasks. Lord Sugar's really looking for individuals who have that flexibility, but also understanding, in order to win, you have to work as a collaborative team. So it's no good having a massive ego where it takes over, and all of these candidates have shown that. That's why they're in the final.
I love that about The Apprentice, because you see the people with, like, the huge egos, and every year you're like, why are you being like that? Because you know you're going to be out so quickly, you know?
I mean, what's so incredible is you're all very successful in your own right, and Phil, you've obviously got a pie company. I was wondering, did you bring me any pie?
No, I'm sorry, Alison, I didn't. I should have. You know what, that's normally normally my best currency. Pies get me everywhere, but I'm sorry, I didn't bring them.
But have you enjoyed your experience? What have you... Because you've had quite a few losses, haven't you?
Did you have to mention that, Alison?
Sorry. I was going to say, although you've had losses, you've climbed back out and you're still there.
It was all about resilience. It was week in, week out, I was getting losses. And do you know what? I actually really enjoyed the boardroom. I think I had about 27 boardrooms in the end, but the CAF is really, really, really brutal. It's horrible. We have to sit like this to each other and tell each other what they've done wrong, and they tell you what they've done wrong, and that's the worst part. But do you know what? The process itself was absolutely fantastic. Met some unbelievable people and
the thing
really
is, you must like each other now. It must be so difficult when you've got to do that.
That is hard. I mean, obviously we become friends. You know, we spend a lot of time. We don't have our phones, so we spend a lot of time actually engaging with people, getting to know each other and their families. And then you sit in the boardroom and you've got to throw them under the bus. You know, that's just part of the game. And yeah, but it's fantastic. Yeah.
But do you have to throw them under the bus? Do you think you look down when someone has that kind of survivalist kind of, you know, as long as I get out of it, you know, like you said, you want team players, right?
It's a really difficult balance, because Lord Sugar really respects people who are honest, so people put up their hands and admit when they've made mistakes, but he also doesn't like people who flip-flop when he wants a direct answer.
Yeah.
So he's like, who was responsible for this? And then people try and be diplomatic in the beginning, like, well, it could have been this. He's like, tell me the truth. So he really, really advocates people just being honest and direct.
I never forget we did a little film with him for the NTAs, and the whole thing was when The Apprentice first started or whatever. And I went in and he went, what do you want me to do then? And I explained exactly what I wanted him to do, and he went, no, we're not going to do it like that. And then repeated to me pretty much word for word what I just said to him. That's how we're going to do it. And I was like...
That sounds familiar.
All right.
That sounds familiar.
Paul, so what's this about Paul doing a bit of body popping?
Okay.
Well, moves.
Come on, you can do it now.
My day-to-day job is obviously I'm a dentist honing in on restorative aesthetic cosmetic, but I can Body pop. Do you want me to show you?
Yes.
Yes.
You want to get up? Are you going to drop me a beat?
Lewis, director up there.
All right. Dermot, you going to join me, or we might do it solo?
Join him.
No pressure. That's all right. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
The architect.
More royalties, more royalties.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, though. Donning that blue morph suit, that was probably the most fun I had, because we genuinely thought when we did it as well that we created probably the best thing that's ever happened on The Apprentice, but when we went to the boardroom, it was a completely different story.
It always is.
Absolutely brilliant. Have you kept the suit, though?
I've kept the suit, yeah. I was going to bring it on today.
No, you can keep that one, keep that one, keep it.
Rachel, how much fun have you had on the show? Have you enjoyed it?
So much fun. I think at the time, you're probably not thinking that. It is a very stressful environment to be in, but I remember being in Budapest. I had this massive horn in my mouth. And I was just...
horn in your mouth?
No. I had a horn in my face. And I was just doing this boat tour in a city I'd never been to, on this river, the sun was shining, and Trey, Nora and I were just shouting at these poor people who'd paid quite a lot of money to be on this trip, and they were just having the best time, and so were we. And I think it's moments like that that you'll always have, even though it is a very stressful and, like, crazy thing to go do.
Is it nice living together? Because I know you all live together as well. Is it difficult? Because obviously these are your competition. Is it hard?
Do you know what? In the house, we're also respectful of each other. I think you guys see the boardroom and it getting really tense, but then when we're back in the house, it is such a respectful environment, and everyone got on so well. And I think as the house got smaller, we all kind of got closer, because it started with, I think there was 17 of us at the beginning, and then obviously ended up with, like, quite a small amount of us. So I think, yeah, you do become really close.
I guess by the time you get home, you're so exhausted as well.
So,
What
yeah,
you want to do
exactly.
is just get your trackies on and just have a chat and relax, right?
Oh, and yeah, and the thing is, you've got no distractions. You haven't got your phone. You've got
So good,
just
you know,
need to make
we talked about
conversation.
earlier on about, well, obviously kids and screen time, but has that been healthy for you guys as well?
Less stressful.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely,
It actually opens your mind to, you know, proper conversations and real connections. It's actually taught me, like, the phones are really bad.
So have you not got your phones now?
Oh, no, we have them now.
This
is what we film.
Speak to each other.
Is one of these the actual winner now? Do they know one?
Well,
who's the winner?
after tonight's show, you'll find out who's going to be
So
at the
one
final.
of you are a winner. is it going to be another woman? Because obviously for the last 5 years.
So Alison, what you're going to have to do, Alison, I know you're desperate to find out. You're going to have to watch and then watch next week to see what happens. But tonight at 9 o'clock, you can watch to see how these individuals get on with Lord Sugar's most trusted advisor.
What do you think, Tim, is the secret of this show's longevity? Because, you know, every year it rates so well and people engage with it so well, and also, like, people get so much success out of it.
I think a huge part is Lord Sugar himself. He's such a formidable character who's actually voluntarily going to support the next generation of entrepreneurs, and that's a great thing, I think. We often talk about the American dream, but he epitomises the British dream, and he's giving another person the opportunity to follow in his steps. I think also there's some classic tasks, like we talk about the interview stage, there's the shopping channel that they would have seen before, and other things like that. But it was also keeping relevant with the Formula E elements, making sure there's up-to-date artificial intelligence. So I think there's bits we love and bits that we're very familiar, and obviously the car crashes in the boardroom.
Good luck to everyone.
All right,
Good luck.
Thank you. 9 o'clock on BBC One and iPlayer. Lucy. So Back to Black is out in UK cinemas this Friday, and Marissa Abello, who plays Amy, joins us now. Hey!
Hi, it's so good to see you.
Firstly, congratulations. We've both seen it and we both love it.
We loved it. I want to watch it again. I want to watch it again. It was that good.
Thank you.
And you were so good. But, I mean, what was it like auditioning for the role? Did you really want it? And when you got it, how did that feel?
It was weird, actually. I mean, it wasn't one of those jobs where I was like, I have to get this, even though it was sort of objectively probably the biggest thing I'd ever auditioned for, because it's not the kind of part that you want if you're not going to do a good job. Like, I wanted to really make sure that I was the best person for them to play this part if I was going to get it, because you just don't want to be that exposed if it's not right, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research even before auditioning, just into, you know, I felt I wanted to find Amy, the girl, the person, because you can't really play an icon. You know? You have to play a human being.
Who is she?
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
she about?
Yeah.
If I'm honest, that's what I love about the film. It's about her addiction to love as much as anything else.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And just how she goes through those stages of her life.
Yeah.
But the love, and specifically the love for Blake and the love for music, are the two great sort of love affairs.
Totally.
And I suppose the three love
Yeah,
affairs of
I
life.
think that what I found in a lot of the research that I was doing was that she had this sort of insatiable appetite for a lot of things in life, whether it was like music and those references, or love, or a dependency on whether it's relationships or other things. But there was this appetite that was just completely like a well that she could just constantly feed. But the incredible thing about Amy is that her capacity to turn those experiences and her relationship to, other people or her music into this art that we now all get to enjoy it's so singular to have a talent like that, with a voice like that, but also, she's a poet, a songwriter. All of those songs are her own. And I think it's one of the amazing things about our film is you watch her, write these songs and the experiences that formed the album, especially Back to Black.
I heard that you actually moved to Camden at the time. How did you find that?
It was great. I mean, to be honest, I had flatmates when I booked the job.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were irritating each other. I was like learning to play guitar and they were watching their whatever. And so I knew I had to have my own space. So then when I knew I had to move, Camden seemed like the obvious place to be.
Makes sense.
And also it was great. It meant I could go to the Good Mixer at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon and watch people play pool and see what that felt like and really get a sense of a place that's not, you go to Camden and you go to Camden Market or whatever, and it's very different to living there and really getting a sense of the community and the people that choose to spend all of their time in Camden.
She really embodied that. And, I was there for 12 years and she really embodied Camden. And you see, literally, I was there last night and she, there's a big mural of her out just under the bridge. And, she was everything. That was sort of kind of her life around there, wasn't it? It was important for you as well to play her and not mimic her, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I knew that it had to be recognisable as Amy and distinguishable as the person that we all know. She has such an iconic look and an iconic sound, but in a way, the most overwhelming thing to me as an actor was her magic, her soul. And it was that thing that I really wanted. I want people to go to the cinema and feel her.
Yeah.
And I was trying to sort of find what it was in myself, I guess, that I could connect to about her that made that sort of soulfulness come alive.
It's unbelievable what you managed to achieve, to be fair. You met her family as well, didn't you? How did that go and what did they ask you to do?
I think, it was important to me to be respectful of all parts of Amy's life and, tragically, what I found when I, met Amy's family were just people that were grieving, And I wanted to be just sensitive and also show them that, my only intention in this job was to, bring her legacy back to her music and to make people remember how talented an artist she was and just enjoy being in her orbit again for 2 hours. And I think that they were really excited by that. But yeah, like I said, it's sensitive for them, and it just required sort of being gentle and respectful.
Did they visit set at all, or do you?
They did, yeah. They came. There was one day that they came, and yeah, I remember Janice said to me, I can't believe all these people are here for my naughty Amy.
Oh.
And that's what it is, and I think that's what our film really represents is that girl. Part of the reason that everyone fell in love with her in the first place was because, where did she come from? This girl from North London who had that voice and all those things to say, and I think that you could really feel that.
But I think what most people loved about her was she wasn't perfect, and so she was a mirror up to all of us in many ways. But she had this incredible. You can fall in love with music, but to fall in love with the artist, you have to fall in love with the person. And she had this incredible empathy about her.
Yeah.
That also reminds me of Shay McGowan as well, because she just always had time for everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And she, you know, in her rise. I remember when Frank came out the first album, and everyone was like, "She's really good," and then suddenly Back to Black, and we were lucky enough to give her one of her first sessions at Radio 2. And it was, I can count, it was her and Adele, the only two artists, where the whole building stood still.
Really?
And people were up. Literally, I looked up from the microphone, you can just see the whole place is crammed full of people, and normally it'd be an engineer and a producer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost more than the music, I think, isn't it? And I think you captured that empathetic side to her so well.
Thank you. Well, I think that's, for me, I mean, people often talk about the tragedy within her story, and of course, with hindsight, we know that there's lots of tragedy there. But for me, one of the more heartbreaking things is that part of the thing that made her who she was this strong sense of normality. She craved normality in her life and relationships that felt authentic and real, and you can really hear that in the music. And because people responded to that authenticity so well, and that recognisability so well, she became sort of overwhelmingly famous, and her ability to maintain authentic connections to Camden, to her family, to her friends, it becomes harder and harder the more exposed
It was
you
never
are.
about money, was it, for her?
No, I think for her it was always about the art of the music was about the art of the thing. And, you know, she said, and I think there's nothing wrong with ambition. I think, you know, she said she wanted people to remember her as one of the great jazz singers of all time. And I think that, you know, they will. But I think, like, famous in terms of being hounded was not what she was interested in.
No,
you absolutely embodied her fully. Like, the look, the voice. How did you research into her? Did you just watch loads of videos? What did you do?
I think I watched everything that there is to see about her, and I listened to also lots of radio interviews. That was really helpful for the voice. But also, you know, I worked with a singing teacher and a movement teacher, and I booked the job about 4 months before we started filming, and it was really, you can kind of split it into two camps, I think. There's the physical training and the technical stuff to make it distinguishable as a real person, but then there's the work that you'd always do as an actor, which is like, what does Amy want from her life?
Yeah.
How does she connect? How does she love Blake? How does she love her family? How does she express herself? And it's kind of the duality of those two things that makes someone make sense, I think.
Your voice is incredible, by the way, because it is
thank
your
you.
voice on the film as well.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Back to Black in cinemas tomorrow, Marissa. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Powerful stuff.
Incredible.
Joined now by the author Heather Morris and Melanie Lynskey, who plays Heather in the drama. Welcome to both of you.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Us.
Heather,
Wonderful.
let's start with you. Series is based on the best-selling book, your book of the first name. So where did you and how did you first meet Lali?
I met him because I had a cup of coffee with a friend who simply said, I have a friend whose mother has just died and his father wants to tell somebody his story. That person can't be Jewish. You're not Jewish. Do you want to meet him? Oh, sure. I like meeting people. And I met him the next week. That was in December 2003. So nobody say this is an overnight success.
No.
No.
It's a long time
I guess
ago.
my question is, so were you looking to write at the time?
No, not at all. Not at all. I had a perfectly good career. I was fine. But he wanted to talk to somebody.
And you wanted to talk to someone that wasn't Jewish?
That wasn't Jewish, who would listen.
Because of you were one stage detached or removed from... Yeah. Okay.
There could not be a Jewish person alive, he said, who didn't have baggage and did not have their own story. And how can they tell my story when they've got their own?
Yeah.
Very clear on that.
So what did you do then? What was your... Because your initial take was to write a screenplay, correct?
Yes, because I didn't know how to write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Because you didn't write a screenplay, you wrote a book.
Well, yes, I wrote the screenplay, and it was even optioned in Melbourne with an attempt to try and make it into a feature film. And Lali was involved with that production company. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But, of course, it didn't get up, as so many do, as you probably know. And it was only, I think in 2016, when I was visiting my brother and sister-in-law in San Diego, that my sister-in-law said to me, oh, for goodness sake, write the thing as a book and get on with it. She was tired of me complaining.
Yeah.
I gave it a go. I wrote a book.
Yeah.
Did you feel a sense of pressure knowing that you had to convey this story in the right way, and you owed it to him to make it fantastic?
Look, you got it in one. I owed it to him and nobody else.
Yeah.
And I had been very clear from day one that I had not written the story of the Holocaust, but I've just written a Holocaust story.
Yeah.
Lully's story, his memory. It will differ to every other Holocaust survivors. And so when the facts didn't always meet up with what he was telling me, and if it wasn't significant, I went with his memory.
That's so interesting, that, like how a memory crystallises, and I think especially when you've been through the trauma that Lally would have been through. Melanie, let's bring you in. So this gets optioned, this gets made. Obviously, you don't feature in the book, so were you hesitant to start with, Heather, that you were going to be a character in the adaptation?
Oh, no. No, that was never part of the deal.
Right.
It was to tell the book. But the wonderful producer and screenwriter who spent a lot of time with me, to get more information, and Jacqueline went back to Claire, the producer, and said, I think we've got a story within a story. And they arm up the back. And I could see the value of it, but not necessarily for my character, but for having somebody portray Lully as an old man who was the man I knew. And that hearing now his words and the way I had heard them.
Yeah.
And then we got this incredible woman here to come in and... You'll remember this is 20 years ago. Okay, I was younger, so ignore the grey.
For goodness sake.
So, Melanie, tell us, did you actually read the book beforehand, or did you get enticed by the script?
I had not read the book. I remember telling a friend, I got asked to do this thing, and she said, have you not read that book? And I was like, no, I haven't. She was like, oh, I thought everyone had read it. And so I read the book after I had read the screenplays, yeah.
But the pull was the screenplay.
The screenplays were wonderful. The story is so compelling. It's an almost unbelievable story and beautifully written.
We interview a lot of actors now. We know a lot of actors who don't deliberately want to go back to the source material, and they want to concentrate on the script and kind of do what the director and the writer feels like that part is. Just so, where's your mind at? Do you like to go and find out everything about it, or the opposite?
This was kind of a different instance, I guess, because I'm not in the book, so there's a remove because of that. And then also just out of respect to Heather, I wanted to read her work, and I also was sort of reading it, imagining her writing it, imagining, like, how would it feel to write this paragraph? How would it feel to have heard this story and decide what to leave in and what to take out? So it wasn't like an immersive reading experience, but it was educational.
What an exciting role to take on as well.
I know. And I got to have my own accent, which was nice.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, two Kiwis.
Yeah.
It's like twins.
It must be nice for you, Melanie, because, like, for the most part, and you do a very good American accent, but you for the most part, you rarely would use your own accent.
No, never. So that was very exciting.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure when you're playing somebody real?
Yes. It's horrible. Sorry. Again, sorry.
Stressful.
I did find it stressful because it's also like you can't really do like an impression.
No.
Because my role also in the series is kind of an audience surrogate. Like, there's these harrowing scenes in Auschwitz, and then it cuts back to somebody listening and taking it in. And there's a certain amount of like neutrality you have to have. So.
Well, up to recently, you thought you had Jewish heritage, didn't you?
I did.
A few years ago. Well, you would with your name, of course. It sounds cool.
Well, my name is Irish, as it turns
really?
out. Yeah.
I should know that.
So what did you do in DNA?
Only Irish.
You have no Jewish. Oh, sorry, pal.
Can we let's go back to Lally?
I was so heartbroken. I believed it my whole life.
Let's go back to Lally and tell his story. So people that don't know the book, what did he have to do to survive?
He made the decision when offered the role. He called it numbering, by the way, not tattooing, but I thought that would be too complicated to keep with that phrase. He wanted to live. He was offered an opportunity to have this role, numbering the prisoners as they came in, and he took it. Did he have guilt about that? Absolutely he did. Every survivor of Auschwitz and any horror has survivor's guilt. It's a matter of degree. He made that decision, but for him, look what the outcome was.
I mean, and to be fair, I guess it wasn't a decision, because the decision was you either do this or you die.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
But he apologised every time he did it to people, didn't he?
Yes, and I know that for a fact. Oh, look, I'll do this briefly. I was actually in Auschwitz there one day, and there was a camp, a whole lot of kids from a school in Florida, And they were off to the side for me, and they had some rabbis there talking to them about where they were. And one of the rabbis said that before they'd left Florida to come to Auschwitz, he went and saw 2 women in his congregation who had been here. And at that point, my ears pricked up, and he said, I asked them, what do you remember about being tattooed? Was it painful? And in unison, these 2 women said, as if he'd given them the question ahead, I don't remember if it hurt. What I remember is the man who kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. They don't know that I was sitting there listening to that, being told to these things.
Wow. What do you want people to take from this? How important is it that the Holocaust lives on in our memory and we keep learning from it?
I want people to watch these episodes, and you may not enjoy them. That's not a word we can use, is it?
Yeah.
But when the episode ends, feel something. Just feel something. Anger, frustration, love, hurt, whatever. It's going to make you feel something.
Well, thank you, Heather. Thanks,
Thank you so
Melanie,
much.
as well.
Thank you,
The Tattoo
Melanie.
Smash It airs on Thursday, the 2nd of May on Sky Atlantic and on Now. The book is available to buy now. Thank you.
Lovely. It's time to... Lovely. Now you are listening to TMFM. What are you doing?
The other one.
No, I like that one. No, stop getting involved. Oh, my gosh. Stop pressing my buttons. Now, listen, we have been joined by 3 faces waking up the nation each morning.
I'm sure I'm in breach of contract to my Radio 2 for sure. You're going to get in so much trouble. Shah Wellman, Chris Stark and new team member Jordan North. Welcome to the TMFM radio station.
Yay! Thank you for joining us. It's so good to have you.
Jordan? How many days have you been doing it?
This is my 3rd, and it feels like my 33rd.
It's so tight.
It's the first day you turned up in a hoodie, to be fair.
Yeah, so I started Monday, Tuesday, and I was like wearing my best jacket, I was putting a bit of makeup on, doing my hair and stuff, and I was getting in for 5 a.m. We're on air at 6, and then this morning got in at 5:30, turned up with hood on. Nobody speak to me. Yeah, you know it.
In a week's time, it'll be 10 to 6.
Yeah. 5 to.
The thing is, it sounded so fresh on the first day. You've really, taken it to the next level, the 3 of you, haven't you?
Oh, thanks. I feel like we just wanted to start with a bit of a bang, didn't we? I mean, and he just couldn't resist getting into costume straight away.
Great
sequins
showman.
on.
Hello, there he is. It was so good, though.
Yeah,
it's an opening.
So we wanted to open the show with a bit of a bang, so we were like, why not get a 10-man marching band, me in a Greatest Showman outfit, and then we marched them through Leicester Square and through the global building where Capital's based, into the office, into the studio. Here we are.
So extra.
Yeah. The worst thing about it, though, that he didn't tell anyone, is he's scared of lifts. So he made those poor trumpeters and tromboners go up 3 flights of stairs.
Are you really scared of him?
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic.
I didn't know this. And Chris, what's so lovely is that you are all 3 really good friends, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I used to work with Jordan at another place, and now we're together again, and that's really, really nice for me because it's great working with him again, and it feels like we've just managed to get straight back into it, really. And Sean, I mean, that's the nicest thing, that we'd like to think that we're just sort of your mates that you'd have in the pub, but you can wake up with us every day.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun in the first 3 days so far.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously, you're such good friends with Roman. I know you are as well.
Yeah.
And, what did you 7 years? And the 3 of you really, worked so well as a team and like family. And I thought there'd be like a break before Jordan starts, but it's like, no, on you go, son.
Pretty much.
That's show business.
Yeah, they got a week off, and then we say a week off because we were doing loads of practice shows and run-throughs, but the reason why we didn't have a break is because we wanted to keep the momentum, because Roman was great and it was big shoes to fill, so it's like, let's just plonk me in and see if we can keep the listeners and add more on as well. So that was like part of the reason.
You say big shoes to fill. I mean, Roman... we grew up with Chris Tarrant, Johnny Vaughan,
an icon.
Kenny Everett.
As well. Kenny Everett, comic genius.
Dave Ferry was on as well.
Of course, brilliant. Dave's such a lovely guy as well. So it is kind of, yes, everyone grew up with it being Capital FM London, but it is, it's a nationwide show, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing we want to stress as well. Like, there's a Northerner on it now, because it used to be a big station just in London, but now you can get it wherever you are, in the North East, in South Wales, North Wales, in Birmingham, even in Scotland as well, up north. So wherever you are, you can listen to us every morning.
So, Sean, how did you come up with all the ideas? What's your working relationship like? Is it in the pub, or do you go around each other's houses?
I was going to say, we're not that professional in that way. We're not round a boardroom. We are literally down the pub. Someone says something that rhymes and we go, that sounds good.
Yeah,
it is a down the pub.
Yeah.
We did our first meeting in the pub and I was like, we're going to be all right here.
This is going to work.
This is going to work. We did our first ideas meeting down the pub.
Oh, well, it was like there on the non-alcoholic pops, just going.
Oh, it's been so hard not to drink.
For you, because you're like, rubbish idea. Rubbish idea.
I'm the sober one that remembers what actually happened. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. So when we went to Madonna, was you with child?
I think I was, Alison.
With child? Were you with the baby Jesus at the time?
Alison, she came to mine on...
With child.
She came to mine on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And she'd put non-alcoholic gin in a normal gin bottle, and when she left, I went... Sean was a bit hammered, weren't she, yesterday? I was looking on... And she was so stone-cold sober.
You did work Christmas party and everything, didn't
Oh, I've had to get through Christmas, New Year. I've had so many... Madonna, I've had a week working with you. Couldn't fit in the trousers.
Do you pretend to be drunk? Is that what you've been doing?
I think my general persona gets mistaken.
Very good, well done.
Now, you've got a little game for us. It's called Rhyme Time, which we've heard about. I get a little bit nervous when there's a quiz. I get a little pat.
Well, we don't know the rules of Rhyme Time yet, so it's time to play.
It's Rhyme Time.
Oh, my God, I love it already.
Right, it's dead easy. You're about to be asked a series of questions. The answer to all the questions will rhyme.
Yeah,
okay?
so it's your job to answer as many of those questions as you can in 30 seconds. When the time is up, your total will go onto our weekly leaderboard.
So hang on, whoa, just back up.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah.
Are we working as a team?
That's what I was
Not
thinking.
No, you're going to be against each other.
OK, so we're buzzing in or what?
Well, so normally when people play this, by the end of the week, if you're top of the leaderboard, you win this. It is a Capital Breakfast #1 mug. Ooh. Oh, my gosh, I've been having to hide that between my legs the whole chat to the point where I was starting to shake.
It's not a small mug, is it? It's actually quite big.
That's big. We're coming for you, Sports Direct.
But obviously, whoever wins out of you two can win the mug. That's what we're playing.
So you're going to do one round each.
Forget, I might get sacked if the mug ends up in my person, so I might just give it to Alison. But, and this is something you're doing. This is right.
Really bright and early every morning at 6:30, so you've got to be an early starter.
And do you win for the mug?
Yeah, you're playing for the mug today and the pride.
OK, go.
And we've not given out any of these mugs yet because it's our first week, so the first
I'm
winner.
going to use this.
Right, Dermot, we're going to start with you. You can pass at any point, and the word you're rhyming with is bake. B-A-K-E.
Hang on a minute, whoa, what's the rules?
Right.
Every answer is going to rhyme.
With every answer.
I've just got to come up with words the right.
You'll get it. You'll get a lead.
Answer though.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh God.
Bake.
Right. OK.
Bake.
Bake.
Come on.
Your time starts now. The opposite of true is
fake.
OK. Red velvet and Victoria sponge is a type of
cake.
What lively is married to Ryan Reynolds?
Blake.
Hiss hiss is a
take.
Have a Kit Kat. Have a
break.
It's measured on the Richter scale.
Quake.
A large body of water surrounded by land is a... They fall from the sky when it's really, really cold.
Hail.
You used to... You used to call him on his cell phone.
Oh, time's up.
Yay! Are you allowing that, Sean?
Well, it started to...
Right.
You're not the adjudicator.
Oh, my gosh, it's kicking off.
It's kicking off. This is brilliant. Chris...
You got 6.
7.
You did really well, Dermot. You only got 2 wrong. Hiss hiss is a snake.
Yes.
And fall from the sky, when it's really cold, it's not hail, it's a snowflake.
Oh, flake.
Flake.
But Alison, I think you'll be back stronger here.
Oh,
That was very good,
Really
Dermot.
7.
You're 7.
Is that good?
Well, no one's done that yet on our show.
Oh, that's
Woo-hoo!
1.
3 have played, and the highest score so far is 6. So
OK.
You're doing very well.
All right. OK. You're listening to the all-new Capital Breakfast Show with me, Jordan North, Chris Stark and Sean Welby. Who've we got on the phone now? It's Alison in Birmingham.
Hi. Alison.
From Birmingham.
Now, Alison, remember, you can pass at any point, and the word you're rhyming with is sit.
Sit.
S-I-T.
Oh, God.
OK. Alison...
Oh, no.
Good luck, everybody.
Sit.
You don't want to walk in this, it's dog. No, I'm joking. Right. I'm joking.
All right, go on.
Alison, in Birmingham, your time starts now. Exercise helps you get...
Fit.
To give up, you have to...
Quit.
Someone from the UK is a...
Brit.
An American pimple is a...
Zit.
In the middle of a mango, you'll find a...
Pip.
Yeah, your grandma's favourite pastime is to...
Grandma. Knit! Yes!
You put a spanner in it. It's a tool.
Spanner in kit! Yes!
Well, that's obviously not real. It's...
I don't know.
Oh!
I don't know what that was.
OK, Chris.
Did I beat him?
You did very well. Are you
counting the mango
one?
than me. He had more time.
She said pip. It's
so
pit.
harsh, though.
Pip or pit?
We were
No,
looking
but
for
it's a
pit.
pit.
You didn't rhyme, though.
It is a pit. My mum said it was a pit.
I know, and I love Alison so much. I don't want to say no.
Should we give it to
We'll
her?
give it Alison.
Yeah. And I I think he had more time.
And the only other one you got wrong...
Both 30 seconds.
Well, that's obviously not real. It's counterfeit.
But the scores are in, guys.
OK.
And can I say that, Alison, you're neck and neck. You also got 7.
So you have the first ever #1 UK mug.
Cheers, Bob.
Photo.
Oh, that's lovely.
Dermot, little photo.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, you get the 2 mugs. Thanks.
Oh, we can't hold them, obviously.
Thank you so much. Go on, right,
No, just let you know. Just let you know. BBC Radio 2, my show's on from
Sean, Jordan, Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you for playing.
FM, London, but that's the old jingle, but that's the one I listen to. Is Jordan North, Chris and Sean, airs weekdays from 6. Yeah, that's it, Jordan, 6. Squeaky eyes.
Thank you so much. That was so much fun. Well, listen, stay.
Ever since she sang live on This Morning, aged 11. Is that true? Yeah. Charlotte Church has gone to become a household name, performing all the songs all over the world, including my favourite, Cardiff Born, Cardiff Bred. When I die, I'll be Cardiff dead.
Absolutely.
I mean, just thinking, what a voice there.
Do you know what? I sat GCSE geography. I sat next to this Welsh girl. I think she's like Welsh Italian. You know, so many Welsh Italians.
Lots of, yeah, absolutely.
And the first day she sat there, I said, "All right, what's your name? Where are you from?" She went, "I'm Maria." And I'm Cardiff born, Cardiff bred. When I die, I'll be Cardiff dead. It's always.
Is it? That's amazing. So you got straight in there.
We're very excited because you're back in the recording studio.
Yes.
But for this time, for your new podcast.
Yes.
What's it called? Kicking Back with the Kardashians.
Kicking Back with the Kardashians,
I like
absolutely.
That.
Thank you.
It's a play on keeping up with the Kardashians, isn't it?
Anti-Kardashian, as
it
you
is.
can imagine.
It is the antithesis to the Kardashians.
The opposite.
Absolutely, because it is all about working class people. And my working class people, my tribe of Cardiffians and the people that I love the most in the world. And so part of it is about me handing over the mic to my family and my friends to tell their stories.
It's like you're giving them a voice, isn't it? It's so lovely.
Yeah, but also I think like in a more sort of wider, generalised point in terms of society, we need to see ourselves reflected back at ourselves. And often the way that media is now, we see a lot of the lives of the wealthy and the rich and the famous. And we don't see a lot of, like, the real life stuff.
Yeah.
Or if we do, it's, like, really dramatised or it might be in a comedy or something. But actually real stories of real people is so often stranger than fiction and better than any story that a writer could write.
What was your starting point when you first decided to do it? Was it like you'll start with your family and then kind of broaden out? I mean, I know your local pub, which obviously is a hub of community for so many people.
Yes.
Is a big focus in the podcast as well.
Yeah, tell us about Paul.
So Paul is a landlord of the Robin Hoods, and like loads of my family have been, and our lives have been centred around the Robin Hood. From, you know, it's the pub that people have their birthdays in, or, you know, it's where we have funerals and such afterwards, the wakes for funerals, and so it's just been like pretty steady, a pretty steady place throughout my whole life. And Paul, again, I think it's like just capturing like the change that has happened in the last 30, 40 years. For Paul, who's the landlord, he's been stationary in that place, and it's such a place of such diverse life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just thinking about it. I really wanted, to capture these beautiful stories of my family, to honour the stories of my family, to honour, you know, their lineage, their struggles, their strife, their joys, their humour. But also, again, like I think it's really relatable, because I think that when somebody's being really vulnerable and honest about their own family relationships and friendships, then no matter where you are in the country, whether you're a Cardiffian or whether you're in Leeds or whether you're in Scotland, or, do you know what I mean?
you can hear the commonalities.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
Authenticity, I think, is the way forward. And I think what's so lovely is you talk about, you know, comedy and things like that. When your dad came on, it was actually quite emotional, wasn't it? It was an emotional exchange, but also quite funny, because he's quite a funny man, isn't he?
Yeah, he's hilarious. And so, yeah, we go deep, because we're not afraid. Like, we're not afraid
to
of...
go there.
Totally. I think it's really important and it's really helpful for other people. But, again, when you're really honouring and when you're really being authentic with who you are, then things do get vulnerable, because bad stuff happens to people. But, yeah, as you say, like in my dad's episode and in my Auntie Frances, my great Auntie Frances and my cousin Alison's episode, it's so counterbalanced, like going deep and it being like, oh, my gosh, that's quite big. But then the humour, the gallows humour that comes in, which, again, I think is, like, pretty synonymous with the working class experience. Yeah. When people are so often dancing the survival dance, then the only way you can get through it a lot of the
Chasing
time
out the
is...
demons.
Absolutely, is humour.
Did you have a moment of sort of awakening? Because you started so young and, you know, you experienced so much at such a young age. You probably didn't really have you definitely didn't have a normal childhood, and I know you've got an incredible network of friends and family around you to keep you grounded and rooted. But even given the circumstances you've been through, was there a reset, like when in your sort of 20s or something, when you became a bit more aware of your community and your family and what that meant to you, I suppose?
I think that it's hardly ever one specific time, is it? You know, it's throughout your time that you start to feel these changes and these shifts. I think that singing has always been a huge balm to my soul. Like, I have managed to soothe myself and love myself up through singing and making sound and healing myself in ways. And nature, like real connection to nature and the land around me, the trees, the rivers of Cardiff, has also really enabled me to stay really rooted.
That's what you're doing now a lot as well, aren't you? You've got the whole wellness. Is it a retreat you have? Or what?
Yeah. Dreaming. I want to go.
Yeah!
Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, I really want you to come, Alison.
Me too. I want to experience these sound baths.
Yeah,
really
absolutely. Well, the Dreaming is just this absolutely glorious retreat centre that I set up a year ago now, right smack bang in the centre of Wales. And it's in the Cambrian Mountains. It's got 2 waterfalls. It's absolutely stunning, beautiful rooms. And we do lots of wellness therapies. So it's our 3 pillars are nature connection, sound therapy in all of its forms, and also ceremony.
Can you show us some of this sound therapy just while you're here?
Yes.
With your lovely harp.
Sure. So this is a beautiful reverie harp. So I'm a practitioner at the Dreaming, and I do sound therapy stuff, some of which is sound healing or sound journeys, some of which is helping people reconnect and find their voice.
Shall I close my eyes while you're doing it?
You can, but do you want to sing with me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sing.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So this is a reverie harp. So Dermot, if you give me... and Alison, if you give me... Right, you keep doing that. Good morning, this morning, to all those listening at home.
Oh, that's so nice. We've got 10 seconds left. You've got to stop singing. Latest episode of the podcast, Kicking Back with the Cardiffians, available Thursday, wherever you get your podcast. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you as always.
Local weather. You are a detective. And Susie, the pet shop's leather expert, and Steve, resident horologist.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Who just happened to be brother and sister. Join us now. Welcome.
Well,
Hello.
thank you very much. Nice to be here. It's such a lovely show, isn't it? It's just one of those shows, especially, it gets your emotions going, you know, it's a real tearjerker. But it must be an absolute pleasure working alongside one of your siblings, well, your lovely sibling, Susie.
Well, it's okay.
Classic sibling answer as well, isn't it?
I'm very proud.
Remind us how the whole thing came about with both of you being involved.
Yeah, I mean, I got an email that I thought was a scam to start with, and my partner, Mel, she looked into it and said, no, all the phone numbers way up and everything, and so I answered it. Then, bish, bash, bosh, a few weeks later, I was on the show.
And then how did you get involved?
Well, Steve was Skyping me while I was in America, and I was just like, he's having such a good time. And eventually I said, well, if ever they need somebody that works on leather, and he said, well, actually, they do.
Yeah.
And then the ball started to roll.
Were you doing leather work over there in the States?
Yeah, I'm a master saddle maker, so I was in the States making saddles.
Well, she's got one of her saddles here today. When did you make that saddle? It's beautiful.
Yeah, so I made this over the Christmas break, and I needed a new saddle for me and my horse, so...
It's incredible. Have you seen the workmanship on that? It's unbelievable. What's it like working with RJ, Steve? Because I watch it all the time. I love him so much. I actually thought it was in Jay's house. I did. I thought it was in his garden.
Until 5 seconds ago.
I didn't realise it wasn't.
No. It's on the Wealdon Downs Museum site. And working with Jay is just fantastic. He has such a natural way with people. And if we're nervous or upset about anything, he's the perfect person to be there with you.
So what's your family story? So did it come from your mother and father, your interest in restoration?
Yeah.
And was it horology originally from your mum or dad?
So my grandfather was a clock and watchmaker. My father was a watchmaker, and I was never going to do it. But you get to an age of 16, and when you don't know what to do, I thought, oh, well, I might as well go into the family
business.
trade. Yeah. And I've been doing it ever since.
And what about you, Susie?
Well, I mean, Mum was particularly artistic, and she was able to design and make anything. And then with Dad's practicalities, I grew up with this massive love of horses, and very quickly found that there was this wonderful material called leather, and you could do so much. And so I made my first saddle for my Cindy horse, and then found out you can actually go into a career making saddles, and
like,
so...
what humans want them as well as these. All right, then.
We've got a lovely picture of you, actually, growing up. Here it is. Look at that.
No.
You as a baby, Susie. Absolutely lovely.
She doesn't look overly happy with that squeeze you're giving her there, Steve.
Was that a true smile?
I can't believe you've actually had... Have you had King Charles in there as well?
We have,
What did he need doing?
So we were doing some restoration for one of the houses in Scotland.
Yeah.
He was a great part of the show. I mean, what a lovely guy, natural guy, and he is so into heritage crafts and making sure that they don't die.
That's what it's about, really.
Exactly, yeah.
And obviously working with well, at the time, was he the prince at the time?
He was the prince.
He's prince at the time. I mean, do you still get the same amount of pressure, or do you feel nervous doing anybody's restoration, or does it ease off a little bit when you just know, oh, I've got this, I can smash this one?
Yeah, we do get a bit nervous when we're really up against a problem. But with the king, there were added nerves as well.
Added pressure.
Yes.
I can imagine as well that the pressure must come from, A, the time and also the challenge. So some things you must look at and go, I know what I can do here.
Well,
whereas some things require probably more of a deep dive, don't they?
Yeah, I think the problem is when you think it's going to go a certain way, but actually once you start it and it all falls apart and you have to change on the fly, and you've still got to get it done in a certain period of time. But it's unique. This is a one-off. You will never find another piece that means this much.
The show's so important because there's a commonality. If everyone's got something that means something to them, and you go on the journey with you guys, you go on the journey with the people that are waiting for it.
Let's have a look.
What's actually wrong with these scales?
There's pieces missing of the wood.
OK.
In this wee drawer here, there's a wee box in here with all wee tiny, tiny weights in it.
Intrigued. Does it open the drawer?
But it's stuck.
That is really jammed in there. This is really teasing me now.
You're going to have to relax.
Because I want to see these weights, because they must be so minuscule.
They are. It'd be fantastic to see it actually weighing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. I can't wait to get started on it, actually.
And get the drawer open.
And get the drawer open.
Get the drawer open, that's the thing, I know.
Oh, I can't wait for this new series. It's really exciting. We should ask for some tips, really. Susie, obviously, I've got this lovely leather sofa at home. Have you got any tips on leather, keeping it nice?
Well, definitely when you buy something of leather, you need to find out what it is that you've bought and ask either the shop or the company how to look after it, because they'll often have products specifically for that piece. And then make sure it's kept dry, make sure it's not exposed to the sunshine, which leather furniture can. And if it does get any contaminant on it, quickly know what to do. And the company should have forewarned you, you know, what to do.
Nice.
And what about you, Steve? What about watches and clocks? What would be your top tips?
Get them regularly serviced, because they're like any mechanical thing. You wouldn't drive a car for forever without having it serviced.
Yeah.
And I would say one of the big things that I get in my own workshop is people that spray a lubricant into the mechanism of a clock, which is the worst thing ever. You know, please don't be tempted to do that. There are right and wrong places to oil. And if you're not mechanically minded, don't even think about taking a clock or watch apart, because you will cause more damage than good.
Susie, thank you so much.
Returns tomorrow at 8 p.m. BBC One, the iPlayer. Susie and Steve, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Greg, Wallace and John to Road. It's so great to have you with us.
I love those clips.
What does it feel like watching it 20 years?
It's like looking at old holiday snaps to me. It's like...
that's right, isn't it? I mean, the funny thing, because we sort of see a series, but actually looking back at all the little bits, and look, one with age, things have changed, food's changed, but all the experiences and the smiles and the laughter and, you know, just it's encouraging and fun. You know, it is. It's great.
It is lovely to watch you watch yourself back. Do you ever watch yourself back, Greg?
Yeah, well, they said so in the papers. They said I watched every episode, which isn't true. I've watched some to see which clothes work better and which ones.
And what works better for you?
Whatever hides me belly.
Oh, you haven't got a belly.
Whatever covers me belly up. No, but I want to know what the directors are on about when they say, could you do this, can you do that? So you watch back, because you want a better understanding of what they do.
Let's go way back then. When it first started, was it pitched to you? Did you have to audition for it? And did you guys know each other beforehand? Yeah, so we knew each other in 1991. We met in a restaurant called Sydney Street. Greg was a greengrocer, and I wanted coriander with a root on it to make Thai food. Greg found it, became the greengrocer forever. So we've known each other for a really, really long time. And then I was pitched this programme, which was a reinvention of MasterChef, going around shopping centres, people bringing in plates of food and us tasting them and seeing what they were like. And that was the original format. That's what was going to happen.
Right? So when did it get changed to this competition?
Well, then Greg came on, and then it all sort of it just changed and moved on and moved on and moved on.
Well, my agent said, get down to, there's this company called Shine, they're making a food programme, they're looking to see you. And they just said, tell me about food, which I did. And they said, right, we're going to be remaking MasterChef. They said, we've got a chef, we want someone else. I said, who's the chef? They went, you won't know him. I went, who is it? He said, oh, he's an Australian bloke called John Turode. They went, do you know him? I went, he's been buying fruit and veg off me for about a decade. I know him really, really well, yeah. So they put us both together and we were comfortable with each other, and consequently, that was 20 years ago.
So I suppose what's happened, because we knew each other so well, there's that sort of... We've got our own knowledge, and there's a respect for that knowledge. Yeah. And, you know, being around... I mean, Greg has probably eaten in more restaurants in London than any person that I've ever met. I mean, he was eating out all the time when he was supplying fruit and veg. But there's that sort of great knowledge of food and love of food, and sort of me being in the kitchens, that sort of... When that duo comes together, it just worked, and it was great. And we have fun doing it.
And it's the show itself has become bigger than both of you put together, really. It's got an entity of itself, but the show wouldn't be the show without you two, would it?
Oh, that's very kind of you.
It's true, though.
It's very kind. We've got a 20th birthday celebration coming up when John's running the kitchen, and we've got black tie. We've got all the previous winners and finalists. Oh, nice. And they asked me to do a talk. 5 minutes they gave me to prepare, and I said, this was never about me and John. It was always about you lot, and it was. It's always about the contestants.
You think this show's like launch careers, launch businesses, probably responsible for a lot of jobs related to those businesses. It's probably altered the food scene, really. What's evolved in terms of just the show itself, but also how has food evolved in the last 20 years? Well, I think very much so. It's become egalitarian. You know, it's no longer just about having to dress up and go to a restaurant. You know, and now we're seeing the advent of, you know, whether it be fast food or whether it be, you know, chain restaurants, whatever. But actually, to go out and eat becomes a normal part of life. To go and cook something at home becomes a normal part of life. But people are fascinated by food, by travel, and by people. And realistically, those three things actually happen within MasterChef. You know, you've got people with personality, you've got food, which is ever-changing, and we travel, and the food, of course, is about people travelling the world and their own experiences.
Yeah.
But for me, one of the most wonderful things with MasterChef has been this sort of pride of heritage. Britain is an extraordinary multicultural country, which you're so lucky to go and eat the most amazing food from everywhere in the world. But people are coming in really proud of their heritage, saying, I grew up in Britain, but this is what we ate at home. I'm bringing the two together.
Yeah.
Or I'm bringing three things together.
Multicultural, also multi-regional as well. So what you'll eat from generation to generation in Cornwall will be totally different for you in East Anglia, you know?
Well,
I love that about it.
I was talking to... I've got Welsh mates, and they thought... Do you know what curry half and half is?
No.
No, because you're not Welsh.
Oh, is it half chips, half curry?
It's half chips, half rice. With curry sauce. And Welsh people think that's everywhere. But it isn't. No, everybody's got their own regional.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds really
Double carb and curry sauce. What's not to like?
So the 20th series is coming up. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumours whether or not this is the last one. We're really hoping it's not. And obviously, we want you to put these rumours to bed. Is this going to be the last series?
Alison, stop it. Stop it. There's not April Fool's Day. There's not breaking any vases here. Don't even start on this one. But anyway, we are... You know, the great thing is, it is on BBC One. It's always on BBC One. It's on again tonight. There's a quarter-final night. 6 extraordinary cooks going through, find it out. And then we're back on now for the next 7 weeks. No. BBC One. And, of course, you can catch up on iPlayer.
You should be a politician, though.
He's not answering the question.
No, it's definitely not the last one.
I knew it would be. Definitely. We're not doing an Anson Deck at the end of Saturday night takeaway.
I mean, I know you don't do what you used to, but how's the fruit and veg scene must be totally different to what it was like 20 years ago?
Yeah, when I first started, the only restaurants were posh ones.
Yeah.
And where the waiters used to make you feel uncomfortable. And we would all struggle to understand the wine list. But now... It's not like that anymore. It's a real open, egalitarian scene, as John said, but also the explosion in fruit and veg. When I was supplying restaurants with fruit and veg, vegetarians used to have to hide in basements in Soho.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were the only places that you could get veg-only dishes. Now, there is not a single restaurant that won't have at least 2 or 3.
And vegan.
Veg and vegan dishes. An explosion in veg, which is great.
But also, the other thing, the really massive change, I think, also for MasterChef has been the advent of the internet. Because you can find how to do absolutely anything. And there was this guy, and he was doing this outside challenge in a tent, and he had 10 sides of salmon to clean, and he got his hand, with a rubber glove, and started skinning the salmon with his hand and took the skin off. I was like, how'd you get that? He went, internet. There's all these little tips and tricks everywhere. So we're seeing people doing things. But, I mean, this series, like even last night, or on Wednesday night, we got kaltasha, which is a dumpling. We've got panukas, which are this sort of little disc. I mean, there's all sorts of amazing new food that we've never seen before.
You're so right, because I love cooking from a recipe book, but every now and again I go, I'm not sure how to do that. And once again, I just get the computer or the phone out. And it's there. Listen, lads, congratulations on the series.
We've got it MasterChef tonight on the BBC One at 7:30 p.m.
And then 3 times next week, and then next couple of weeks.
It won't be the last series. Thank you, Greg.
Not exclusive. Now, Billy Crudup has flown across the pond for his West End debut in a brand new one-man show that sees him play an incredible 19 characters. Billy joins us now. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning. You should be asleep. You shouldn't be on this.
That's what I said.
Terrible.
I know. In fact, I'm not used to being in an environment like this and not standing over in the corner judging.
Yeah,
it's really strange. Yeah, to be here.
Do
on
you
the
feel like at home, and is it like looking at like a black Jennifer Aniston right now?
Well, I'd be having a talk with you about your attitude if that was the case. And I'd be in a sweet suit, not in my own dumpy clothes.
No, we are going to talk about your show, but seriously, did you ever think it was going to be such a big success, the morning show?
You know, having been in the business for a while, it's unpredictable when anything catches people's attention. You don't know why it's going to catch their attention, when it catches their attention. So to be able to play a character like this that's so much fun, so exhilarating, and have people enjoy it is just, it's a dream come true. And You know, in your mid-50s, you don't expect it, so it's great.
So nice.
No.
So I can't believe it's your West End debut. Like, you're a theatre, you love the theatre.
I have been coming to London for 30 years to see theatre. This is just like a heaven to me.
So this is a love of yours?
It is absolutely. I've been going to theatre. My mom started dragging me to Broadway shows when I was 6 or 7.
So nice that she did.
You know, it was fantastic. And I've always had an incredible affection for that experience. Communing with my fellow theatre goers about, you know, a piece that works or doesn't work or what it's about. It's just a part of my life.
Do you remember the first show you saw? Like the one that properly entranced you when you were a kid?
Wow, that's what... you know, I can remember one of the first shows I saw when I came to see theatre here. This was maybe 20 years ago. It was a production of Caucasian Chalk Circle that was directed by Simon McBurney. He had a theatre company called Complicité. And it was absolutely extraordinary. When you go back to, like, when I saw theatre in New York, I saw Fences with James Earl Jones and some Brighton Beach Memoirs with Matthew Broderick, who's on the West End now doing a show. So it's really exciting for me to be in the West End while he's doing a show not too far away, because you know, he was a hero of mine.
But how stressful is it having a
awful
man show? Like, you literally
it's awful. I'm already thinking about tonight. You're freaking me out. You know, I go through the whole play. I've done it several times now. We did it 6 years ago in New York, and we did it at the theater that I first did a play in New York, a beautiful theater called the Vineyard Theater. It's 150 seats, and it was an experimental kind of production, and mostly that 5-week run, I just tried not to cry the whole time because it was so intimidating and so scary.
Really?
Well, as you get older, your memory doesn't work quite as well as it did when you were younger. So I found, actually, during the first week, I went up, I couldn't remember my line, and I called for line, but we didn't have any system set in place for line. So from the booth, I hear the stage manager go, and I thought, oh, well, I guess I'm on my own here for a while. So that's part of the excitement, too, of coming to see it, is you see someone try to bring this story to life in front of you, knowing that there's no net.
So what is this? It's 19 characters, one-man show. It's by David Cale. What's the storyline?
Well, David had this idea. He's been doing solo performances for years in New York, almost 30 years. And so he had this idea that he wanted to write a thriller. He's actually from England, but he's been living in New York for a while. So in his thriller, he was going to dupe all of his fans that he was not actually from England, that he was from middle of America, and he just wanted to put on an English accent. So this is what this story is about. A young man in Indiana, 8, 9, starts to adopt a British accent just because it feels more like home. He's never been to England. He doesn't know anything about British accents. And his father treats him very poorly. And so this alter ego, who's a sort of London tough guy, comes out of him as well to kind of save him. So, but they're all adopted accents from things that he thinks
So is it kind of Walter Mitty meets talented Mr. Ripley? I mean, is that...
Yeah, precisely. So then what he discovers while he's doing this accent is Americans are completely infatuated with all of you all in the way that you speak. So he starts off with an English accent when his parents die, when he moves to New York, and it turns out people really liked it. And so he kind of involves himself with his whole family with this tough guy accent who's got tons of confidence, Harry Clark is his name, and he brings out sides of them that they're waiting to be exposed, and because he's free and open, as Philip imagines all London people are.
Oh, wow.
Wide open, ready for love. You know, that's the way he lives his life. And so what he discovers is the Americans are like, oh, that's cool. We want to hear more of that. So he becomes involved with that family.
How did you find the accent? Because obviously you're married to Naomi Watts. Did she help you? Did she coach you?
Well, the fact is, one of the conceits of the play is the character has never really been to England. So he doesn't... They're kind of show accents, you know. They're not
chitty, chitty, bang,
accurate. A lot of chitty chitty bang bang. A lot of early Michael Caine, yes, precisely. All of those things. You know, there were thrillers in the 70s, 60s, 70s. Dirk Bogarde and James Mason and stuff, and those were the kinds of things that he loved. So it's all very arch, you know, the way that he speaks.
You said your son's a very good mimic, is that right?
My son's a phenomenal mimic. Any Eastern European accent, he gets like that. I can barely do my own accent. I don't know the way that I'm speaking. I've lived in Texas and North Carolina and Florida, and I try to mimic the people around me to fit in.
Didn't Jennifer Anderson come and see you?
She did. This is why I'm in the morning show, really. She came and saw it, and she said, well, we've got a bunch of different characters in this. Would you read it and see if there's anything you like? And there was this one weirdo, and I said, he's interesting. And so some of the other producers were like, well, he's supposed to be a little younger. And somebody maybe who's working
like, I
now.
can do younger.
And I was like, yeah, give me a dye job. I was like, what do you need here? A little something.
So she was literally your casting director?
She absolutely was. And even, you know, at a certain point, they were like, I'm sorry, you know, you're just too young for it. And I was like, okay, fine. And then I guess they couldn't find anybody else.
Like,
flew me out to LA, and they were like, well, if you insist. And I was like, I do insist. I've got this guy. Trust me. Let me have him. He's like a New York City angler.
Projects? You love to go a little bit of theatre and probably get immersed in it.
That's the way I've always...
Put yourself through the torture, and then...
Well, I've imagined myself as an actor, and when I went to acting school, they sort of instilled in you the belief that you had to be as versatile as possible because careers come and go, and there's wherever you can find the light.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, at a certain point in my career, the best parts that I was getting was in the theater. You know, I got to originate American productions of Tom Stoppard and Martin McDonough. I did The Elephant Man on Broadway.
Wow.
And, you know, how do I turn down... I was just talking with one of my co-stars on something else I'm working on, and he said, what did you do after Almost Famous? And I said, I did The Elephant Man on Broadway. And he was like, well, weren't your agents pissed? And I was like, yes, they were really pissed. But what was a better part than that? You know, that's an incredible way to explore new features of yourself as an actor. And so I've always tried to take, as long as I could make my rent, I've always tried to take as many creative choices as I could.
Fantastic.
Billy, we don't say that word in England.
Rent?
No, the other one that you said.
Choices?
So apologies for Billy's colourful language. I know you can say it in America.
What did I say?
The one with the P.
P to the I to the S to the S.
We don't say that.
Oh,
that's not
really.
Let's not labour the point anymore.
Wait, is that when you're drunk? Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
No,
what I meant was irritated. I meant unusually irritated. It's my accent.
Exactly.
I said irritated.
Exactly.
You might have heard something else.
Let's see one of Billy's 19 characters, all profanities included.
Yeah, I thought I might have said another word.
Harry Clark at the Ambassadors Theatre, lovely theatre as well in London.
Till May 11th.
I'm coming to see
Come and see it. I'll entertain you for an hour and 20 minutes, I promise.
We can't wait, Billy.
Somebody will give your money back if you don't like it.